This is Company Saturdays. Every Saturday we present you with another company. Today we're looking at 15 things you didn't know about Tencent. Welcome to Alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Hello Aluxers, and welcome to a fact-filled video about the Chinese tech giant Tencent. If you're not big on tech, then maybe you haven't even heard of this company, but you've almost definitely come across one of their products without even realizing it. As China's influence on the global economy continues to expand, companies like Tencent have managed to creep into commanding positions in their field of business. The cornerstones of Tencent's huge success can be attributed to their social media apps, like WeChat, as well as their incorporation of some of the world's most popular video games, such as Dungeon Fighter Online and FIFA Online 3. Their aggressive competitive stance makes them an imposing threat for companies like Activision, Ubisoft, Facebook, and EA. If you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at Alux. So, let's just get to it, shall we? Here are the 15 things you didn't know about Tencent. Number 1. Tencent began as a messenger service back in 1998. Tencent started out as a messenger service known as QQ Chat back in 1998. It was used on a minor scale internationally, but gained most of its popularity in China. It had no sources of income other than advertising and offering premium services to users. At this time, there were over 400 different companies offering messenger services on the internet, and there would have been no way of knowing how colossal Tencent would end up becoming. Number 2. WeChat reached $100 million in 2012. WeChat is a super app that can be used for messaging, social media, and mobile payments, and it's reached 100 million active users as of 2012. This has been largely attributed to the fact that the Chinese government subsidized the development of e-commerce and social media in their 12th five-year plan, set out for 2011 to 2015. WeChat is Tencent's main platform for social media and has grown into the most used app in the world, according to figures from October 2018. Number 3. Tencent is registered in the Cayman Islands. Although Tencent is entirely Chinese-owned and operated, it's actually registered as a company in the Cayman Islands, which are located in the Caribbean. There are around 60,000 residents on the islands, but more than 100,000 companies registered there. The reason for this is, of course, for the purposes of avoiding paying taxes. The Cayman Islands have very loose regulations on auditing, and there is absolutely no corporation tax. So, if you're spending money on Tencent products, then don't be surprised when your country's government starts putting up income taxes and VAT to make up for all of those lost earnings. If the companies aren't paying taxes, well, consumers are. Number 4. Tencent became the first Asian company with a valuation of more than $500 billion. On November 21, 2017, Tencent became the first Asian company to be worth more than $500 billion. Its stock price soared to nearly $55, making it worth an estimated $522 billion. This made it worth more than Facebook, which was valued at around $519 billion on the same day. The only other companies that have been worth more than $500 billion are Apple, Amazon, Alphabet, and Microsoft. Number 5. Tencent's total equity was around $45 billion in 2018. As of 2018, Tencent's total equity was around $45 billion, with total assets worth a staggering $75 billion. It had a total revenue of $34 billion and an operating income of $13 billion at the end of 2017. Most of its earnings came from advertising on social media, digital purchases such as video games, and microtransactions within those games and apps. Number 6. Tencent turned over no profits for the first 3 years. Between 1998 and 2001, Tencent turned over no profits and seemed destined to end up on the scrap heap like many other tech startups of their era. With only a small base of active users and minimal sources of income, the company was almost disbanded in 2001. It was only the result of smart management that helped them to broaden their scope of operations into some more profitable sectors. Number 7. Tencent denies storing deleted messages from WeChat. WeChat denies claims they store deleted messages on a database. In February 2018, the Chinese government revealed that it can retrieve deleted conversations from suspects' phones in order to find other people that may be involved in related criminal activity. In one case, deleted messages were retrieved from the phones of 63 different suspects in order to prosecute them for corruption. This has sparked an atmosphere of paranoia and fear amongst residents in China who feel that the intrusion is an abuse of their human rights. Despite the government's confession, Tencent continues to deny allegations that they store messages deleted and say they can only be retrieved from personal phones or devices. Number 8. The Chinese government has cracked down on the gaming industry. An epidemic of gaming addiction amongst the youth culture of China sparked a government crackdown on the video game industry in 2018. Regulations were brought in, which required users to identify themselves before playing computer games. For people under 12, gaming time has been limited to a maximum of 1 hour per day. Furthermore, all the new game releases have been blocked. This has caused Tencent shares to drop by 44% from 2017. Number 9. Tencent owns a 10% stake in Ubisoft. As of October 2018, Tencent has managed to acquire enough stocks to have a 10% stake in Ubisoft, a rival gaming company. The owners of Ubisoft have warned investors that this signals a hostile takeover and their acquisitions should be curtailed immediately. The move is typical of Tencent's aggressive market stance over the last decade, as they move in to depose Western competitors from their dominance over the tech world. Number 10. WeChat has nearly 1 billion active monthly users. WeChat is easily the biggest app on the planet. Most people from the West have hardly heard about it because they're more accustomed to using WhatsApp and Facebook for messaging and social media, as well as sites like Amazon or Shopify for e-commerce. However, all of these things are banned in China and cannot be accessed. For this reason, the WeChat Super App incorporates messaging, social media, and e-commerce to cater to the needs of nearly 1 billion people within China and other Southeast Asian countries, such as Malaysia and Bhutan. If you're enjoying learning about this colossal Asian giant of a company, well, Aluxers, you might also be interested in one of its closest competitors from the Western Hemisphere, Electronic Arts. If you'd like to check it out, click in the top right corner to watch our video, The 15 Things You Didn't Know About Electronic Arts. Number 11. An $18,000 investment in Tencent back in 2004 would be worth over $1 million in 2018. If one was to have made an investment of $18,000 in Tencent just 14 years ago back in 2004, it would be worth over $1 million at the time this video was made. At the height of Tencent's valuation in November 2017, the initial investment could have been sold for around $2 million. Isn't hindsight a cruel and wonderful thing? Number 12. Tencent aims to rival Alibaba in the e-commerce sector. With the video game industry being brought into a grinding halt by new Chinese regulations, Tencent is ramping up the competition for Alibaba in the e-commerce sector. By using the subsidiary of JD.com, purchased in 2004, they hope to capitalize on a global e-commerce market that will bring in more money from customers outside of China. Number 13. WeChat censors a lot of information. WeChat uses an intelligent system to block the flow of information to its users. Any information that is critical of the Chinese government, such as news about the violation of human rights, will be censored immediately. The censoring system isolates key words and then blocks the transmission of messages containing them. Furthermore, users will not even receive a notification when a message gets blocked. Number 14. 95% of luxury brands outside of China sell to the Chinese market through WeChat. Nearly all of the luxury brands we are so common to in the West sell to Chinese consumers through the e-commerce platforms of WeChat. It's very hard for foreign companies to set up stores in China due to strict trade regulations, which heavily favor local businesses. Therefore, companies like Gucci, Trussardi, and Louis Vuitton can only reach Chinese consumers through the Super App. Of course, Tencent does get their own healthy cut of commissions as the virtual gatekeeper. Number 15. Tencent represents the dawning of a new age. Tencent's terrifying growth over the past decade signals a new age for the world of tech and beyond. Their aggressive market stance demonstrates a strategy that has become common amongst many Chinese companies branching out into the international stage. Their acquisitions represent a creeping influence that could soon lead to a majority of ownership for many businesses we naturally assume to be European or North American. With almost 1 in 7 people on the planet actually living in China, their growing market dominance over an economy built on international consumerism should be of little surprise. And Aluxers, there you have it. 15 facts about a company you may never have heard of before, but will begin to recognize almost everywhere now. We hope you enjoyed it, but before you go, we have a question. Do you think the future of the gaming industry is doomed in China after the recent regulation changes? Let us know in the comments. And as always, for sticking with us and being a wonderful Aluxer, here's your bonus. Number 16. WeChat was blocked in Iran. Between September 2013 and January 2018, WeChat was blocked in Iran by the country's government. They cited the motives for the decision were due to security concerns as well as moral decay. WeChat was blamed for the spread of pornographic content. It was also condemned as the government felt it was allowing foreign powers to collect information about its citizens. Thank you for spending some time with us, Aluxers. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpicked these videos, which we recommend you watch next. Thank you for being an Aluxer, and we'll see you back tomorrow.